Hi, my name is Bethany Smith, and I am going to be teaching you a little bit today about presenting online and some of the different Web 2.0 tools that are available to do that, to go ahead and create your presentations. The two I'm going to be focusing on today are going to be using Google presentations, like this example, which is Presentation Zen, or Prezi. You may or may not be familiar with these, so I'm going to give a brief overview of kind of what the final product looks like, and then I'm going to show you how to do an example one inside of Google Sites or in Google Presentation. So if I look in Google Presentation, one of the nice things about this is that when I click the Present button, it goes ahead and creates this as just like I'm presenting in PowerPoint. So I can go ahead and I can go through and see all the different ones and all the different slides that I have. It also is nice because I always have my slides wherever I am, so they're online, and then I can also post those so they're easy for other people to have. It's one of the main benefits of using a Web 2.0 tool to be able to present. The other one I have is the Horizon Report, and this is using Prezi. You may or may not be familiar with Prezi. One of the things that I find about Prezi is sometimes they get a little overused, they get a little text heavy, and I get a little seasick. But this one I like as a really good example because what you can see about Prezi is that it zooms in on different sections of a presentation. And so I can go ahead and put this in, and it also plays YouTube videos really, really nicely, and it integrates that well. So if you have lots of different videos or multimedia that you want to use, sometimes Prezis work out really well because those can be difficult to add in a presentation, and you have to leave the presentation to go to a website to do this, whereas Prezi makes that kind of seamless. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a brief overview of how you would use one of these as a Web 2.0 tool to create a presentation for your class. I'm going to use Google presentations mainly because it's going to be the easiest, and it's probably really familiar to you, especially if you've been using Google Docs before. So when I log into my Google Drive, so a lot of times you might log into email and then just click on Drive, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create. And when I create, I'm going to have the option of creating a presentation. And this is going to give me a blank presentation just like it would give me a blank document. I can choose some basic themes. I hope you saw from some of my examples that I like to choose very basic themes and then use photography or images to really talk about or showcase the different things that I'm talking about. So I'm going to start with a really simple theme. And now that I've created this theme, created this presentation, I need to go ahead and I need to name it. So I'm going to call this Presentation Zen Example. I'm going to show you a little bit of Presentation Zen, which is that idea of not using too much text. And I'm going to go ahead and share that with my fellow group members so that they're able to edit it as well. So I click on the share button just like I do when I'm wanting to share a document, and you'll see that right now it's private. Only people below can access, and I've got myself. I'm going to go ahead and add Miss Brown Parker, and under here I can say whether or not she can edit, she can comment, or she can just view. I want to go ahead and give her editing privileges because we're both going to be working on this document together for our group. So I'm going to go ahead and click Share and Save. Now, sometimes you might want to notify people via email if they don't know that you're sharing something with them, so that they understand why something's being shared with them. I'm not going to notify Carrie because, you know, she might be sitting right next to me because I'm doing my group project. So I'm going to go ahead and Share and Save. And now this means that both of us have access to this group project. I recommend that you share, you collaborate with others in your group based on their Google account that they have at NC State rather than a personal Google account, but you can do both. And now that I've got my everything set up and shared, I'm going to go ahead and start working on my presentation. So like I said before, I want to go ahead and call this about Presentation Zen. And I want to find some images that I think showcase Presentation Zen. In my previous presentation, I kind of thought of Zen as, you know, this island tropical paradise. But I went, you know, what means Zen to other people? So I'm going to go to where I always go when I want to try to find images. I'm going to go to Google. And I'm going to go to, so when I go to google.com, Nope, nope, I don't want to go to my calendar. I want to go to google.com. One of the things that you'll find is that I could just search right here, but I really want to search on the Images tab because I want to look specifically for images. And what says Zen to you? So I could look up just Zen, see what happens when I find Zen. This looks pretty interesting. This looks like something I would actually do. But how do I know I can use these images? I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this gear, and that gear you're always going to have, and I'm going to click on Advanced Search. What Advanced Search is going to allow me to do is when I scroll all the way down to the bottom, under Usage Rights, I'm going to be able to say Free to Use or Share. What this is going to do is it's going to bring back all the pictures that people have put on the internet that said other people can use these images. So why is this important? Well, I want to showcase to my students that I'm utilizing copyright-free images so that they understand what it's like to take something from somebody else. But two, if I were to post this online, which is something I'm hoping to do, I don't want to violate copyright usage by using somebody else's work and then reposting it. So I'm going to look through, see if there's any Zen ones that I really like. Ooh, I kind of like that one. That one looks really cool. Or let's see, we've got some up here. We've got this one. Ooh, this one's a Flickr one. I think I'm going to go to this Flickr one and kind of show you where this is. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to visit this. Ooh, that one looks even better. Where's that one at? Ooh, I don't know. It's always the hard part, right? It's choosing the image. You will spend lots and lots of time choosing the image. And so this is a really great image, and I can kind of see, it says some rights reserved. But that means, so if I look at the some rights reserved, it looks like this is something I can share and remix. So basically, I just can't make any money off of it. All right, I can go ahead and work with that. How do I get this picture into my presentation? So I'm going to right click, and when I right click I'm going to get to see the different sizes. I'm going to go ahead and click on the large size, and this is where the large size of this image exists. Then when I right click, I'm going to be able to copy this image URL. This is really, really important that I can copy the image URL. This is where the image lives on the website. I could also just open that image in a new tab, and what you'll be able to see is that this, because it ends in .jpg, is the actual path of where this image lives on the internet. So now I'm going to select this, I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to come back to my presentation. So now I want to insert an image. I can click on the image button here, or I can go up to Insert, Image. And when I go to insert an image, you'll notice I've got different options. So I could upload, I could take a snapshot. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do by URL. And remember that web link that I just copied? I'm going to go ahead and paste that in. And now I have my image that I can use for Presentation Zen. Now when I select this image will appear on my slide. Now, it covered up my text. So just like in PowerPoint, I can right click and I can change that order and I can send it back. And now I have my image, I have my text. I'm going to move my text up a little bit more, and I have what I need to be able to start my presentation. I really recommend that when you're creating a presentation, you kind of do your outline first, you get all your text the way that you want it, and then you start to find the images that meet what it is that you want to talk about. So now that we've finished our presentation, how do we actually publish or present this? There's a couple different ways that we can do it. If I look under File, one of the best ways to do it is I can say Publish to the Web. And what this means is when I go ahead and I start publishing, it says, "Are you sure?" It allows me to have a link or a code, an embed code that I can put on a website. So if I copy this, I'm going to open up a new window, put this in there, you'll be able to see my presentation. And this is a great way to be able to, say, turn in a presentation like you might to your instructor. So they might ask you to turn this in, so you can put this URL in and post it to Moodle. This might be you're giving a presentation at a conference or to a class, and you want everybody to have the link of where that is. And then people can just go through your presentation as you have it. What's also really nice about this is that if you go back up here, every time I make a change, it's going to automatically update that. So in the past, you might have emailed a PowerPoint to somebody and then you changed something. Now it's always going to be there, which I really like. The other thing that you can do if you want is you can require people to sign in with their NC State account so that only people in your class or only people that are on campus are able to view that if you have concerns about that. I like to have mine pretty open so that anybody can kind of find it and hope they get some value out of it. So this was a really brief overview of how to create a presentation in Google Docs, kind of see some of the benefits of doing that in a Web 2.0 environment, and then being able to publish that. I hope this was of use to you, and I hope to hear you online again soon.